Who wants to win a brand new car? Maybe a Tesla Model 3. Who wants to win a trip? Maybe a trip for 4 to Disney's Aulani Resort in Hawaii. Keep on listening to find out how you can enter your chance to win, and also how to increase your chances of winning.
Do you love winning? Do you love winning prizes for free? Well, we do too. Welcome to the Sweeping Up Sweepstakes podcast and YouTube channel, where we talk all about sweepstakes, contests, and giveaways. Oh my! Find out tips and tricks to enter smarter and increase your chances of winning. Now, here is your host that likes to boast from coast to coast about the most prizes he has won, Billy J.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Sweeping Up Sweepstakes, podcast and YouTube channel all about sweepstakes. As Nicole said, my name is Billy J. I'm a longtime sweeper, been sweeping since about age of 18, back in 1999. And it all started because my mother would enter giveaways. We'd go to the local gas station or grocery store, and she'd fill out those little white entry blanks and sign her name up, and she'd drop them in the giveaway boxes, hoping to win whatever prize that they were giving away. Sometimes a grill or a gift card or something like that. That's where it all started. It didn't really take off for me until I was actually 18, which is the legal age to enter most sweepstakes, contests, and giveaways. About that time, the internet was starting to boom, and I'd go online and I would find sweepstakes here and there and enter them, hoping to win. Didn't win very much at the very beginning. Very first big win was actually not my win, but it was my dad's. What it was a trip to Las Vegas. In order for you to enter the sweepstakes, you had to be 21 years or older. At the time that I had entered, I was actually 20 years old. And actually, I could not enter myself because, of course, I was not of legal age. So what I did is I entered my dad in with his permission, and I went in and I signed him up for it. And lo and behold, he actually won the grand prize, which was a trip to Las Vegas. It was like a weekend thing, and this was back in 2002 or 2003, something like that. What it was a stay at the Hard Rock Casino Hotel in Las Vegas. It included air and transportation to Las Vegas. And that's pretty much it. I think they might have given us some spending cash or something like that. I didn't remember doing a whole lot. We did go to the Strip, and then we checked out some of the casinos and stuff. One other couple of things I remember is that when we went, I was 20 years old, not 21. So therefore, I couldn't gamble, or even if I were to attempt to go buy the slot machines, I didn't have any ID, so they would stop me probably there. And of course, couldn't drink any adult beverages legally. The other thing I remember is that we took a taxi. I think we must have came from one of the casinos and we're heading back to the Hard Rock. And so we took a taxi, and the Strip was busy that night. I don't know if it was like a Friday night or Saturday night. But we went ahead and got in a taxi, and the taxi driver seemed to be in a hurry. So he decided to go down an alleyway, and he didn't take it at a regular normal speed. He took it down at like 60, 70 miles an hour. He was just flying down that alley. It was crazy. I was worried that we were going to get an accident and stuff. So that was about the craziest taxi ride that I've ever had. But it was a lot of fun. And, of course, it was a free sweepstakes that I had entered my dad in, and he won. Going forward, each episode I'll talk about a prize that I've won. And hopefully in the near future, we'll hear about prizes that you have won. You can let us know what you won by commenting on our video, rating and reviewing our podcasts, by leaving a comment on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can email us at sweepingupsweepstakes@gmail.com. And now for our next segment, we're going to talk about a couple of tricks and tips for you to enter sweepstakes smarter and to also increase your chances of winning. The first tip and trick that I have for entering smarter is the number one rule is to read the rules. If you don't read the rules, you may enter sweepstakes that you're not qualified for. You may live in a state such as I live in Florida, and there are some contests or giveaways, sweepstakes that I'm not able to enter. Or maybe you're from Hawaii or Alaska, or even from Canada, and you're not able to enter sweepstakes that are in the continental United States. So read the rules. First, you need to know the eligibility. what is the age range and the location of where you're at that you're entering from. Also, you want to check to see when the entry date is and when it ends. Specifically, if it's a sweepstakes that is a daily one where you can enter daily. So the ideal chances of winning increase if you are able to enter more. So if you're able to enter at the very beginning of the sweepstakes and then every day until the very end of the sweepstakes. And also the time of that. Most times for sweepstakes, they end at the end of the day. But there are some sweepstakes that will end at noon or some in the morning. It just varies. So read the rules on that. You can also read the rules about the specific prize that you're going to win, what its approximate retail value is, and other rules such as that. So number one tip is to read the rules. Second tip we'll talk about today is a personal email address. Now, don't be like me and make the mistake of entering sweepstakes with your personal email address. Now, I did that when I was 18 years old because I only had one email address, and that was my personal email address. And I thought, well, I want to know if I'm going to win, so I might as well use my personal email address to sign up. Well, that was a mistake because after you've entered sweepstakes for a while, you're going to get a lot of spam emails or commercialized promotional emails, which are junk. And so what that does is it actually clogs up your personal email address. And so it's very hard to go through there and get rid of those while keeping the emails that you actually want to open and read. So for sweepstaking contests, giveaways, what you want to do is you actually want to have a separate email address just for sweepstaking contests and giveaways. Now with that leaves your personal email address just fine, where you're able to get your personal ones. And then the separate one, what it's good for is that you can go through there and you can get rid of those spam ones. Now, you do want to look at at least the subject line and where the email is coming from, because some sponsors will be contacting you via email if you are to win. And sometimes you have to respond within 24 or 72 hours, something like that. So you want to make sure that you check those emails, because if you miss out, then you miss out on the prize and they'll give it away to somebody else, or they won't give it away at all. So you do have to check your emails. Now, after the few years of doing this, I'm pretty fast at going through the email and subject line, and I can see which ones are spam. And over time, you'll know which ones to get rid of and stuff like that. Strongly suggest that you have a separate email address when you are entering sweepstakes, contests, and giveaways. Currently today, I get about 1,500 emails a day. A lot of it's during the week. On the weekends, they slow down a little bit, maybe 800 emails a day. But about 1,500 emails a day, and about 99% of those are junk emails. So that wraps up the tips and trick segment of our episode today. Moving right ahead, we're going to talk about some sweepstakes that you may want to enter. The first sweepstakes we're going to talk about today is a sweepstakes from Bondi Sands. That's B-O-N-D-I Sands. And what Bondi Sands is giving away is a Tesla Model 3 and $15,000 cash to help with taxes. Now, this is a one-time entry only sweepstakes, and it expires on March 11th, 2021. So you have until March 11, 2021 to enter the sweepstakes for a Tesla Model 3 plus $15,000 to cover the cost of taxes. Now, this is open to legal residents of the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand, 16 years or older with parental guardian consent if required. Now, this sweepstakes started back on January 19th of this year, and again, it ends on March 11th. So make sure you do get your entry in for that wonderful prize. I would like to win a car. I haven't won a car yet. I've won lots of trips and other prizes, but I've yet to win a car or a house. But that is my goal for the next year. The next sweepstakes I want to talk about is the Magic of Aulani sweepstakes. The sponsor of the sweepstakes is the Disney Vacation Club. Now, what this entails is a chance to win a 5-night stay for 4 people at Aulani, Disney Vacation Club Villas, which is a tropical Hawaiian paradise with a touch of Disney magic, which is located on Oahu, Hawaii. This includes airfare and a $500 Disney gift card. The approximate retail value of this grand prize is $12,500. The accommodations will be in a one-bedroom villa at Aulani Resort in Aulani, Hawaii. This is a one-time entry sweepstakes. It started back on January 13th of this year, and it ends on March 17th, 2021, which is St. Patrick's Day this year. So make sure you get your one-time entry in. Now, you do have the chance of getting some bonus entries. In order to get some bonus entries, you just need to watch one of the 3 bonus videos. For each one you watch, you get a bonus entry. So you could actually have 4 entries total for this sweepstakes. Now, it can be an advantage if you watch all 3 videos to get your bonus entries, because there are some people out there that will not take the time to watch those. Now, you don't have to watch them, you just have to play them, and you can do something else in the meantime, enter another sweepstakes while that video is playing. So I would strongly recommend that you watch those videos to increase your chances of winning, because there are some people that will not do that, and they only have 1 entry where you will have 4 entries. So there's a good tip there right there to increase your chances of winning. And no, this podcast is not sponsored by Disney Vacation Club, nor is it sponsored by Bondi Sands. But I just wanted to let you guys know about those 2 sweepstakes that are available for you to enter, and enter before they expire, so you can get a chance to win a Tesla Model 3 or a trip to Hawaii to Aulani Disney Vacation Villa. You can find the links to enter both of these sweepstakes on this YouTube video in the description, or in the episode notes of the podcast that you are listening to. You can also check out my website, www.sweepingupsweepstakes.com, for these links and so much more. Well, that about wraps up the very first edition of Sweeping Up Sweepstakes podcast and YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed watching or listening to this podcast or YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your time. On next week's episode, we'll talk a couple tips and tricks of how to enter sweepstakes contests and giveaways, as well as a couple of sweepstakes that you may want to enter before they end. And we'll also talk about another trip that I have won in the past, and hopefully we'll hear back from you guys on any prizes that you have won. Hopefully you've won a grand prize. I'd love to hear it. Feel free to message us on our social media, or send us an email at sweepingupsweepstakes@gmail.com. Until next time, happy winning, everyone.
That's it for this week's episode of the Sweeping Up Sweepstakes podcast and YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. We would appreciate it if you would rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Feel free to like and comment on our YouTube videos. You can subscribe and click the bell notification on YouTube to be notified of the next weekly episode. Engage with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for Sweeping Up Sweepstakes. Check out www.sweepingupsweepstakes.com for more information and how to give your support. Until next time, happy winnings, everyone!